What up, y'all? It's your boy, Mr. Downtown Ray Mel. You're listening to the Entertainment Report on iHeartRadio, live from Dubai for Wednesday, October 12th, 2016, delivering some major stories and trends going on in the world of entertainment and beyond. You can follow the show on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram, facebook.com/The Entertainment Report with Ray Melo, that's RAYMELO, on Twitter at The Enter Report, or on Instagram at The Entertainment Report. You can listen to the show anytime you want on iHeartRadio. Just go to iHeart.com or your iHeart phone app, search for The Entertainment Report, and it'll take you to the page. Gal Gadot has offered her opinion on Wonder Woman and how her upcoming solo film as the character will differ from Batman vs. Superman, Dawn of Justice. The actress said during an interview when We Got This Covered while promoting her latest film, Keeping Up with the Joneses, Wonder Woman is different. On this film, we went back to Diana's backstory, to her history, her coming of age. How did Diana become Wonder Woman? Gadot continued by saying, but with this character, what I love about her so much is that her agenda is love. It's not about fighting. It's not about who is stronger than whom. It's not about women versus men. She also added it's about love and acceptance of others. She stands for love, justice, and compassion. Wonder Woman, directed by Patty Jenkins and also starring Chris Pine, Connie Nielsen, Robin Wright, David Thewlis, Danny Houston, Elena Aniana, Ewan Bremner, and Said Tamaneset, is set to hit theaters June 2nd, 2017. A synopsis for the film reads, before she was Wonder Woman, she was Diana, Princess of the Amazons, trained to be an unconquerable warrior. Raised by a sheltered island paradise, when an American pilot crashes on their shores and tells of a massive conflict raging in the outside world, Diana leaves her home, convinced she can stop the threat. Fighting alongside man in a war to end all wars, Diana will discover her full powers and her true destiny. Following Wonder Woman, Gadot will appear as the character again in director Zack Snyder's superhero ensemble film Justice League on November 17, 2017, alongside Batman played by Ben Affleck, Superman played by Henry Cavill, The Flash played by Ariza Miller, Aquaman played by Jason Momoa, and Cyborg played by Ray Fisher. Disney will reportedly cast an Asian love interest in its live-action Mulan. Sources told Vulture the movie will feature a Chinese love interest for the female warrior, despite rumors of a Caucasian male lead. Reports have circulated Monday that a 30-something European trader would romance Mulan in the film. Insiders later told Vulture the character appeared in the first draft of the script that has since been changed. The source explains the spec script was a jumping-off point for a new take on the story that draws from both the literary ballad of Mulan and Disney's 1998 animated film. The insider added, Mulan is and always will be the lead character in the story, and all primary roles, including the love interest, are Chinese. Mulan is based on the Chinese legend of Hua Mulan, a young woman who disguises herself as a man to take her father's place in war. The Hollywood Reporter previously said that Disney is launching a global casting search for a Chinese actress to play Mulan. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. star Ming-Na Wen voiced Mulan in the 1998 animated Disney movie. The 52-year-old actress was thrilled to hear the news casting report after initially being upset about the rumored Caucasian male lead. She tweeted, so many outraged fans have tweeted me about this. It's upsetting and wrong, hoping it's not true. Hashtag Mulan. She concluded her tweet by saying, thanks Buddha, I applaud at Disney Studios for going in the right direction with hashtag Mulan. According to the cast and crew of the CW Supergirl, the show is about more than capes and superheroes. It's about empowerment and specifically the family that you choose. Sarah Schechter, the show's executive producer, says, our shows are optimistic and hopeful and funny and have great action, but they are also about family. The show in particular is about the family that you choose and the family that as an adult you build. Cheryl Lee, who plays Supergirl's Kara's sister Alex, says fans have approached her with gratitude for the show's portrayal of family. Leigh said, this mom was talking to me about how relevant the show was to her on family. She has 2 young daughters and an older daughter who was 13. She was adopted. They had this really interesting dynamic in their household because she never felt like she belonged. Leigh added, she related so much to Kara, to see the sister dynamic and to see it play out in a way that was realistic, where it's not like it's an adopted family and everything's great, or the parents are awful and everything's terrible. This girl identified so much with her. Melissa Benoist, who stars as Supergirl, aka Kara, says that her character is hopeful and bright, which sets Supergirl apart from some of the other superhero shows. Benoist said, Kara's all about always finding a silver lining and never giving up, so I think that positivity is what we're bringing to the table. Schechter added, "The world is a dark place. It's nice to bring a little joy and lightness." Season 2 of Supergirl premiered Monday night, but on the CW instead of its original network, CBS. And executive producer Ali Adler says the CW has offered us a real home. I think we really fit in with the rest of the hero universe on the network. In addition, the new network and a change in filming location is an appearance from Linda Carter's president Olivia Marsden. The second season also features a storyline with Kara's famous cousin Clark Kent, aka Superman, played by Teen Wolf alum Tyler Hoechlin. Benoist said, "We spent last season solidifying how Kara wanted to approach being Supergirl and Superman being her only living family member. It's a necessary relationship to explore. I think it's only going to reap benefits, and Tyler is the man to do it." The Accountant stars Ben Affleck and Anna Kendrick dazzled on the red carpet Monday. The 44-year-old actor and the 31-year-old actress attended the movie's Los Angeles premiere at the TCL Chinese Theater in Hollywood. Affleck looked dapper in a blue three-piece suit and patterned tie, while Kendrick wore a black off-shoulder dress clinched with several belts. The actress accessorized with bar-stud earrings and strappy pumps. J.K. Simmons, Cynthia Adali Robinson, and John Lithgow were among the other stars at the event. The film also stars John Berthenau, Jeffrey Tambor, and Gene Smart, who weren't present. The Accountant, which was written by Bill Demakew and directed by Gavin O'Connor, the centers on a mathematics savant played by Affleck, who serves as a forensic accountant for dangerous criminal organizations. Affleck recently told the Chicago Sun-Times it was something like putting on an expressionless mask. It was a real challenge, but also an honor to play him. I hadn't read an autistic character in a film script like this. He also added, "It was nice to play a guy who isn't a superhero. He's capable of exceptional things, but within the realm of human possibility and human physicality." The Accountant opens in theaters Friday. Affleck is also slated to reprise Batman in Justice League and The Batman, while Kendrick will star in Table 19 with Lisa Kudrow. Gabrielle Union has explained to moviegoers that it's okay to skip out on her latest film, Birth of a Nation, due to the rape controversy surrounding its director and star, Nate Parker. The actress said of supporting fellow rape victims as the film hit theaters in the latest issue of Essence magazine, where she appears on the cover as a rape survivor and an advocate. "I cannot shy away from this responsibility because of the conversation got difficult." She continued by saying, "I don't want to put myself above anyone's pain or triggers. Every victim or survivor, I believe you. I support you. I support you if you don't want to see the film." She said, "I can sell the film. This movie has always been about more than one person, and for the outspoken feminist advocates and allies who risk a lot to be a part of this project, Aja Naomi King, Joanie Ellis, Penelope Ann Miller, we are okay if you have to sit this one out, and we're okay if you don't, and we understand." Previously, Union penned an op-ed published in the Los Angeles Times where she discussed her mixed emotions about starring in Birth of a Nation as rape allegations levied against Parker from 1999 returned due to the buzz surrounding the film. She wrote at the time, "Regardless of what I think may happen that night 17 years ago, after reading all 700 pages of the trial transcript, I still don't actually know, nor does anyone who was not in that room. But I believe that the film is an opportunity to inform and educate so that these situations cease to occur on college campuses, in dorm rooms, in fraternities, in apartments, or anywhere else young people get together to socialize." Parker, who was acquitted by a jury in 2011, maintained his innocence, that the encounter with the woman who accused him and Birth of a Nation co-writer Jean Celestin of rape was consensual. Recently, it was revealed that the woman had committed suicide in 2012. The filmmaker said in September about apologizing on 60 Minutes, "I feel terrible that this woman isn't here. Her family had to deal with that, but as I sit here, an apology is no." Birth of a Nation, which follows Nate Turner's slave rebellion from 1831, is now in theaters. Kit Hoover gave an impassionate defense of disgraced television personality Billy Bush on Monday. The 46-year-old Access Hollywood Live host teared up on air while discussing Bush, her former colleague, and his involvement in the leaked Donald Trump tapes. Hoover said, "He always treated me with kindness and with such respect. I was just devastated to watch all this unfold. The Billy that I know, and a lot of people would say he has the biggest heart of anybody, and he is a good person." Co-host Natalie Morales added, "One of the first people to call me and congratulate me when I announced that I was going to be getting this job was Billy. He offered advice and offered to help with my move and transition. Bush was suspended from the Today Show Sunday after the Washington Post released a 2005 hot mic recording of Trump making lewd comments about women to Bush on Access Hollywood. Bush also made remarks including about actress Adrienne Zucker. The Today Show host Savannah Guthrie confirmed on Monday's episode, pending further review of the matter, NBC News has suspended Billy Bush, the host of Today's Third Hour, for his role in that conversation with Donald Trump. Today host Carson Daly will take over the 9 a.m. programming block for Bush during his suspension. Today, executives have said that the television personality is suspended pending further review. Bethany Frankel has a new project in the works with Bravo. The 45-year-old Real Housewives of New York star revealed this week on the Fortune Unfiltered podcast that she and her production company are developing a new series with the network. Frankel told host Aaron Tass, "I have a TV production company called Be Real Productions. We have another television show that should be announced at some point with Bravo. Let's just say Project at Bravo. That will happen." She also added, "We're selling a lot of different shows. There's another really kind of major show I'm about to start selling that I just remembered again, so that will be a successful leg of this business." Frankel has starred on The Real Housewives of New York for 5 seasons and appeared on The Apprentice, Martha Stewart, Bethany Ever After, and Bethany. She launched Be Real Productions in December. The star said, "I have a television career on camera. I don't know how long that will go, but it seems that I have a knack for reality television and sort of saying it like it is." Frankel has hinted in an interview with Entertainment Tonight in August that she may not return for another season of The Real Housewives of New York. The series completed a 9th season next month. She revealed, "You might not see me back. I'm definitely making some changes in my personal and professional life. I'm deciding what my priorities are and kind of how to lay it out. I'm glad the audience is enjoying it, but I've left it behind." The studio behind last summer's comedy hit Bad Moms has announced a spin-off film set for 2017 entitled Bad Dads. The studio said in a statement Monday while announcing the project, "Where other studios have automatically greenlit traditional and significantly more expensive sequels, STX has determined those sequels on average are grossing 68% less than the originals." STX also revealed how instead of a traditional sequel, the series will be turned into a brand that will produce a reality television show and digital content. They continue by saying instead STX has chosen to focus on extending consumer passion for the Bad Moms brand with a series of film spin-offs, a reality television show, short-form digital content, and a robust consumer products program. Bad Moms, which starred Mila Kunis, Kristen Bell, and Kathryn Hahn, earned $170 million at the global box office after its release towards the end of July. Bad Dads has a set release date of July 14th, same day Fox is dropping War for the Planet of the Apes. Casting and plot details have yet to be announced. Comedian Kevin Hart, who was recently honored with a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, knows 2016 is his biggest year yet, but he doesn't feel it's his biggest ever. Hart said in an interview with Variety, "The sky's the limit for me. I really believe that, and at this point feel I'm basically competing with myself. By that I mean that no one can push me harder than I push myself. I set my own bar, and I constantly raise that bar to be higher and higher." Hart released 4 movies this year: Ride Along 2, Central Intelligence, The Secret Life of Pets, and his stand-up film, Kevin Hart, What Now?, which is headed to theaters on October 14th. He also signed on for the new Jumanji film, a role in the animated Captain Underpants, The Intouchables, and another season of Real Husbands of Hollywood. Hart says, "Yeah, I'm pretty busy." He hopes it will stay that way. He said, "Nothing happens overnight, and if a road has no bumps or rocks, you don't get a story. I feel like God put me through a lot in the beginning to prepare me for what was going on to come later. And now I'm really prepared and equipped to deal with everything I want to do." Actress and singer Janet Kramer is opening up about her past experience with abuse. The 32-year-old former One Tree Hill star described the night her late first husband, Michael Gambino, attempted to kill her in a new interview with Good Morning America. Kramer revealed this happened a lot. He would come home from a night out at the club and literally take me out of my bed and throw me onto the ground. That night he said he was going to kill me. He choked me. He did all those things, and I was like, this is it. She said, when we were struggling, he was choking me. I saw everything. I saw my mom. I saw my funeral. Like, literally have that flash of my whole life. And I just remember I screamed out my mom's name, and that's the last thing I remember. Kramer and Gambino married in 2004 and divorced several months later. Gambino was convicted of the actress's attempted murder in 2005 and served 5 years in prison. He killed himself 2 years after his release. Starr admitted, "I remember getting the call that he committed suicide, and I felt bad because my first feeling was relief that he was gone. that I didn't have to worry about him anymore. Kramer, who is competing on Dancing with the Stars Season 23, addressed the abuse on Monday's episode. The singer revealed having her daughter Jolie helped her to cope with the experience. She said of her first marriage, "It was the worst time of my life. It has been a heavy secret to hold for so many years. The situation 10 years ago essentially broke me. It took having Jolie to piece together every single broken part of me." The actress added, "I never wanted my daughter to ever go through the things I went through or question that she's not good enough. And I want my daughter to know that no man should ever put their hands on her." Jim Henson's children's series Fraggle Rock is set to air once again on HBO later this year. According to USA Today, the digitally remastered version of the original 96 episodes will appear on HBO and its streaming platforms HBO Go and HBO Now. No official air date has been set. Fraggle Rock, which aired from 1983 to 1987, focused on a group of Muppet characters, the Fraggles, and their neighbors, the Doozers and the Gorgs, as they taught younger viewers the importance of caring for the planet. Among other themes, as music from all genres were explored. The return of Fraggle Rock to its original home comes after the premium cable channel started to dabble in children's programming, having put together a deal in August of 2015 to have the next 5 seasons of Sesame Street air first on HBO before PBS. Jess and friends come face-to-face with Jake and the rest of the precinct as the new girl and Brooklyn Nine-Nine crossover Tuesday night. Andy Samberg, who plays Jake, about the episode that premiered at 8 p.m. on Fox, said it's like when Scooby-Doo and the Harlem Globetrotters would hang out. Zoe Chanel, who plays Jess in the series, which is normally set in Los Angeles, said the whole new girl gang is in Brooklyn. Schmidt is getting an award from his high school. Sandberg said, meanwhile, on a different track, Jake is chasing a perp because he's a cop. Jake then stops Jess while she's driving through the streets of New York and demands to commandeer Schmidt's mom's car for her. A teaser for the episode also shows Jess in the 9-9 to fill out paperwork from an unhelpful Gina, who hands Jess an application for the NYPD Softball League. The new girl airs at 8 p.m., followed by Brooklyn Nine-Nine at 8:30 on Fox. Khloe Kardashian says sister Kim is still recovering in the wake of her traumatic robbery. The 32-year-old reality star gave an update to the 35-year-old mom of 2 Monday on the Ellen DeGeneres show after Kim Kardashian was robbed at gunpoint in Paris on October 2nd. Khloe admitted she's not doing that well. It's incredibly traumatic what happened to her, but our family is super close and great, and we'll get through it together. We do appreciate all your guys' love and support. It will take time. She added, I think it's just a wake-up call to make a lot of life adjustments, but this is a really serious matter for Kim and I think that's really personal as to when that emotional terror, you could move on from that. I think for us, it's all a wake-up call for us, definitely just to make sure our sister is okay. The star revealed, I think we might share less and make sure we're protected as well as possible. Like I said, we're a family and we'll do this together. I think it is important to maybe make those adjustments and pull back a little. That's always smart. Kim was at her hotel in Paris when 2 men gained entry to her room and stole her cell phone and millions of dollars worth of jewelry. He has since put production on the family's reality series, Keeping Up with the Kardashians, on hold. Source told People last week she is not ready to film. Filming has been halted and won't resume until Kim is ready. There is no stress for Kim to resume filming. Everyone understands. An insider previously told the magazine Kim is still upset and things are not even close to being back from normal. She has no plans to work in the near future. She just wants to stay home with her kids. Country music superstar and The Voice judge Blake Shelton taught Jimmy Fallon how to milk a cow Monday during his appearance on The Tonight Show. The skit, which was put together as a way for Shelton to get back at Fallon for having him try sushi for the first time in May, involved the pair working on a farm with a cow named Oreo. The Voice coach joked about Fallon's outfit, which consisted of a cowboy and overalls. "You dress very disrespectful. You look like Howdy Doody right now." He said, "You think this is a game? This is serious." As Fallon attempted to reach his hand out to milk Oreo, Shelton was quick to stop him in order to make sure it was done in a gentle way. The country singer explained, "You don't just reach out and grab a tay-tay. This is about romance and finesse, so have a connection with Oreo." After the late-night host was unable to get milk into his bowl of cereal, Shelton helped Fallon get the job done. Afterwards, the pair shared a congratulatory shot glass of fresh milk that left Fallon with a sour face. Sir Ben Kingsley channeled Elton John for his debut on Lip Sync Battle, complete with piano and over-the-top costume during his performance of Rocket Man. Kingsley, who most recently lent his voice to the Jungle Book as Bagheera, appears on the first episode of Lip Sync's new season alongside John Cho. Cho, who stars as Sulu on Star Trek Beyond, is set to perform a Western rendition of Bon Jovi's Wanted Dead or Alive. Lip Sync Battle is hosted by LL Cool J and Chrissy Teigen. Also set to appear this season are Lupita Nyong'o, Wanda Sykes, Uzo Aduba, Craig Ferguson, DeAndre Jordan, Jay Leno, Ruby Rose, Laverne Cox, and Rob Riggle. The new season premieres on Wednesday at 9 p.m. on Spike. After taking their 7-year on-again, off-again romance public over the summer, Drake and Rihanna have once again called it quits. Drake confessed his love for the singer during the VMAs, saying she was someone I've been in love with since I was 22 years old. A source close to Rihanna reportedly told Us Weekly that she isn't looking for anything serious. The source said she doesn't want to be held down. Drake has since been on social media with model India Love. The two were recently spotted kissing at a Toronto Blue Jays game. And in a related story, Drake has been forced to cancel the remainder of his ongoing Summer 16 tour due to an ankle injury. A spokesperson for the rapper said in a statement, Drake suffered a severe ankle injury during the tour, which he did his best to power through. By doing this, he made his injury worse. Under doctor's orders and to ensure Drake only ever gives fans the performance they deserve, he will be postponing the remaining 3 dates of his Summer 16 tour to allow him time to recuperate his injury. They continue by saying Drake's fans means the world to him. Seeing their faces and performing his music for them is what he loves to do the most, and he can't wait to get back on stage. The announcement comes after Drake noted on Saturday that he needed to postpone 3 other previously scheduled performances due to the same injury. He said at the time, "We're over 50 shows in, and I have done everything to power through my recent ankle injury and leave it all out there on the stage every night." He also added, "I hate to be told I can't do something, but under doctor's orders to allow me time to recuperate, I am being forced to postpone the intense 3 shows in a row in cities which have only ever shown me unconditional support." Drake will now not be able to perform for shows in Toronto, Philadelphia, Newark, and Brooklyn. Ticket holders will be given refunds, while additional information about when Drake might return to those cities have not yet been released. And now let's take a look at what happened on this date in entertainment history. On this date in 1997, John Denver dies in an aircraft accident. To those who bought records like Rocky Mountain High and Take Me Home Country Roads by the millions in the 70s, John Denver was much more than just a great songwriter and performer. With his oversized glasses, bowl haircut, and down vest, he was an unlikely fashion icon, and with his vocal environmentalism, he was the living embodiment of an outdoorsy lifestyle that many 20-something baby boomers would adopt as their own during the me decade. There never was, and there probably will never be, a star quite like John Denver, who died on this date in 1997 when his experimental amateur air crashed into the Monterey Bay on the coast of California. Born Henry John Duschendorf Jr. in 1943, not in the mountains of Colorado, but in Roswell, New Mexico, John Denver rose to fame as a recording artist in 1971 when Take Me Home Country Roads rose all the way to number 2 on the Billboard Pop charts. In fact, Denver already had shared a number 1 hit as the writer of Leaving on a Jet Plane, a chart topper for Peter, Paul and Mary in 1969. But it was his 1971 breakout as a performer of his own material that made him a household name. Over the course of the 70s, Denver earned 5 more top 10 singles, including the number 1 hits Sunshine on My Shoulders in 1974, Annie's Song 1974, Thank God I'm a Country Boy 1975, and I'm Sorry 1975. Even more impressive, he released an astonishing 11 albums that were certified platinum by the RIAA, making him one of the most successful recording artists of the 70s and launching him into a successful career in film and television as well. By the 90s, Denver was still a popular touring musician, though he was no longer recording new material with significant commercial success. Over the course of his career, he had become an accomplished private pilot with more than 2,700 hours on various single and multi-engine aircrafts, with both an instrument and a Learjet rating. On October 12, 1997, however, he was flying an aircraft with which he was relatively unfamiliar and which he had previously experienced control problems, according to a later investigation by the National Transportation Safety Board. At approximately 5:30 p.m. local time, after a smooth takeoff from the Pacific Grove aircraft, and under ideal flying conditions, Denver apparently lost control of his long, easy aircraft several hundred feet over Monterey Bay, led to the fatal crash. Movie star and a political activist as well as a musician, Denver was one of the biggest stars of his generation and is credited by the Recording Industry Association of America with selling more than 32 million albums in the United States alone. Also on this date in 2007, former U.S. Vice President Al Gore and the United Nations Intergovernmental Panel of Climate Change are awarded the Nobel Peace Prize for their efforts to increase public knowledge about man-made climate change. In 2006, Gore had starred in the Academy Award-winning documentary An Inconvenient Truth, which was credited with raising international awareness about global warming crisis. Gore, a former senator from Tennessee who served as Bill Clinton's vice president from 1993 to 2001, is considered one of the first politicians to recognize the dangers of carbon dioxide emissions, a cause of human-induced global warming. Gore became interested in the topic of global warming during a college course he took at Harvard University. As a congressman, he held hearings on climate change in the late 1970s, a time when most Americans had little or no knowledge of this issue. After losing the 2000 presidential election to George W. Bush, Gore embarked on a new campaign, the fight against man-made climate change, and gave slideshow presentations around the world in an effort to educate the public. An Inconvenient Truth chronicled Gore's efforts to educate audiences with his traveling global warming roadshow. In the film, he details the facts and falsehoods surrounding this planetary emergency and described the events in his own life that led him to become an environmental crusader. An Inconvenient Truth debuted at the Sundance Film Festival on January 24, 2006, and opened in limited release across the United States in May of that same year. Directed by Davis Guggenheim, the film went on to win numerous awards, including an Oscar for Best Documentary at the Academy Awards on February 25, 2007. Melissa Etheridge also received an Oscar for Best Original Song for I Need to Wake Up. One of the highest-grossing documentaries in U.S. history, An Inconvenient Truth played in theaters around the planet. It was credited with helping to spur the Green Movement that spread across the United States in 2007 as the media focused more attention on the problems associated with climate change. In Hollywood, actors such as Leonardo DiCaprio began driving hybrid cars like the Toyota Prius and generally promoting a more eco-friendly lifestyle, which various film companies pledged to become carbon neutral. And as your entertainment report for Wednesday, October 12th, 2016, I'm your host, Mr. Downtown Ray Mello. I'll be back tomorrow to deliver some major stories and trends going on in the world of entertainment and beyond. You can follow the show on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram, facebook.com/The Entertainment Report with Ray Mello. That's RAYMELO. On Twitter at The Enter Report, or on Instagram at The Entertainment Report. You can listen to this episode or any previous episodes of The Entertainment Report anytime you want on iHeartRadio. Just go to iHeart.com or your iHeart phone app, search for The Entertainment Report, and it'll take you to the page. Good night, and God bless you all.